Everything you heard about autism is wrong, and I am going to prove it in this video. Hello, and welcome back to the channel. If this is your first time here, I am so glad you found us. Today, we're diving deep into a topic that can be often confusing, but is extremely important: the autism spectrum disorder. We are going to break down what exactly the autism spectrum is and why it's called a spectrum. Also, I'll address some of the most misconceptions about autism and how it affects different areas of life. If you're a parent, a caregiver, or even someone just looking to understand autism a little better, make sure you stick around because we are going to cover so much ground. And don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe, and ring the bell so you don't miss out on any future videos. All right, let's get started by answering one of the biggest questions. What exactly is autism spectrum and why is it called a spectrum? Autism is a neurodevelopmental condition. It affects how someone communicates and interacts with others and processes information. It is called a spectrum because no two people with autism are exactly the same. Think of it like a rainbow. Yes, all colors are there, but each one is unique. Autism spans a wide range of abilities and challenges, and some people need full-time care while others can be independent. Typically, autism is categorized into 3 levels. Level 1 is considered mild and only requires some support. Level 2 is moderate, requiring more help. And level 3 means more severe and constant care is necessary. Why does autism show up so differently in individuals? Let's break that down. Autism can look very different from person to person. For example, you might see early signs like hand flapping, avoiding eye contact, or mimicking TV shows. Those are common signs. But at a deeper level, some kids or adults might talk nonstop about a specific topic like astronomy or space or trains, but struggle to engage in other conversations about other things. Some people mask these differences so well that they only get diagnosed later in life, sometimes not until adulthood. And by then, they might feel like something is wrong with them because they have always struggled to connect with others or to adjust. A 2020 study found that 40% of kids with autism have intellectual disability, while 25% actually test as gifted. The range of IQ in people with autism spans from 20 to 140, which just shows how diverse the spectrum truly is. Also, 70 to 90% of people with autism experience sensory processing issues. That means things like bright light, loud noise, or even certain textures can be overwhelming for them. Now, let's talk about 2 common misconceptions about autism. Number 1 is that people believe all autistic people behave in the same way, like stereotypical Rain Man image or a child rocking in a corner. The truth is, autism is a spectrum. They don't all look like Rain Man. Some kids with autism talk and some don't. And just because a child speaks doesn't mean that they don't have autism. Number 2 misconception is that autism is always caught early. The truth is, 30% of kids are diagnosed after age 10, which is kind of late. And this is especially common with girls who often mask their symptoms more than boys. A lot of people still think autism is caused by bad parenting, but that's being debunked. Autism is neurological, not related to parenting styles. Someone asked in our last video how autism affects daily life. Well, socially, it can be tough. About 40% of people with autism struggle with back and forth conversation. They might get fixated on a topic and have difficulty reading social cues, and this can make friendships challenging. Emotionally, about 50% of kids with autism experience anxiety. They may have meltdowns over small changes because people with autism thrive on routines. Now, let's take a few seconds to talk about the difference in autism traits across all age groups. Kids aged 2 and 6 often show early signs like not talking, hand flapping, body rocking, or lining up toys, or limited eye contact. By the time they reach 6 to 18, their obsession with certain topics might grow stronger, and as adults, Many people with autism have spent years masking that differences and only to feel overwhelmed in social situations. Early diagnosis is crucial. Studies show that kids diagnosed between age 2 to 4 have better chance at improving their language skills and getting the support they need. Neurologically, autism is tied to brain development. It's largely genetic, and brain scans show that people with autism have overactive sensory circuits and issues with executive functionings. I'm glad you've made it this far. It means that you care about your child. Hit the subscription button to more videos that teaches you how to understand and communicate better with autistic kids. Now, let's talk about the challenges that autistic individuals face. From social isolation to sensory overload and difficulties finding employment, life can be really tough for many individuals with autism. But society can help by raising awareness and providing support, whether through schools, work environments, or just everyday interactions. And finally, let's not forget about the strengths and unique abilities of people with autism. Many excel in areas like art, music, engineering, and software development. Their incredible attention to detail and ability to focus on one topic can be a real asset in certain fields. There you have it, a deeper look into the autism spectrum. It's complex and every individual is different, but understanding it is the first step toward creating a more supportive world for those with autism. Thank you so much for watching. If you found this video helpful, please like, subscribe, and share it with someone who could benefit. Also, feel free to leave your thoughts or questions in the comments below. I would love to hear from you. And see you in the next video.